I'm Gloria Strode and welcome to Straightforward. Today we are so excited to share with you one of Columbus's best and brightest young scientists. Uma, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, your journey has really been impressive and what grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade.
11th grade.
Yes.
And you've already been on the national stage. You've just completed a wonderful adventure with your dad, and I'd like for you to just share with our audience some of your background, and then we're going to talk about how you did this local project that landed you on a national stage.
Okay.
So share with us your age and where you attend school and some of your interests.
Okay, well, I'm a high school student at Brookstone. I'm 16 years old. After school, I usually sing in the chorus, and I do play a little bit of piano.
Oh, okay, you play the piano?
Yes.
Okay, is it just for family or you're perfecting that skill so you can play for other audiences?
I do play performances. I have private lessons after school, and I'm also the captain of the girls' varsity golf team at my school.
Golf? Are you a golfer also?
Yes.
Oh, so you're going to be this great scientist or doctor. And of course, we know that in the world of business, a lot of the business deals are made on the golf course.
Right.
So you are perfecting that skill right now, so you'll be ready to make all your business deals on the golf course.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're the captain of the team.
Yes.
So how long have you been playing golf?
I've been playing since I was 9 years old.
Really?
Yes.
Really? So how many girls do you have on your golf team?
Well, when it first started, my 9th grade year, it was just me. Nobody else really wanted to play.
Oh, you were the founder.
Yes.
Really? Okay, and so you've grown it.
Yes.
For over the last couple
Now
years.
there's about like 30.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, and so do you play just here in Columbus? You play other schools all over the state, or just how does it
We have certain tournaments around this area, but we usually just play, around Columbus, Georgia. There's different golf courses that we play.
Okay.
Different matches.
And so what is your best subject at school?
Science.
Science. That's how I know you're going to be a scientist. And so do you have other siblings? Are you the oldest, the youngest?
I'm the youngest. I have an older brother. He's a freshman at Emory right now.
All right. And so what is he studying at Emory?
He's on the pre-med track right now.
Okay.
Yes.
And so your dad is a part of an awesome team of nephrologists here in Columbus.
Yes.
And so you all are just a family of science people.
And my mom's also a pediatrician as
Right.
well.
Okay, and that's here in Columbus.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She has her own practice. as
All
well.
right. And so science is just your way of life.
Yes.
Okay. So at Brookstone, you had the opportunity to participate. Was it in a science fair? How did we get to this big event that you just attended?
Okay. Well, ever since I was little, my parents, they're doctors, so they've always told me to stay away from sodas. And
Right.
so I wanted to figure out what is inside of the sodas that makes it so unhealthy. So I tested the different sodas in my project for the pH level and phosphorus.
Okay.
And so
it just was a Brookstone project, a Columbus? Was it for the city, the state? What was it? Was it a science fair?
I have to go through the school first, but it became a science fair project.
Okay.
Yes. So
All right.
I did the project on my own at first, and then I submitted it through the school into the science fair, the regional science fair.
Really? And so how many people did you compete against?
There's a lot of people from around this area, this county. There's not as many as the state level, but
Right.
there's, I don't know the exact number, but there's a lot of competitors.
And so you entered your project. Where did you do your research for that project?
For this project, okay, so I went to Cott's Beverages, which is
Here in Columbus?
Yes, it's a very big soda company. It's
Right.
Nationally recognized. I worked with the founder, Mr. Prem Vermani, who's he invented RC Cola, and so he is pretty much the founder of that laboratory.
And so they allowed you to come in and do lab work at
Yes.
RC Cola, what used to be RC Cola, which is here in Columbus, right there before you get under the little bridge.
Yeah.
Right, so you actually went into that facility?
Cott's Beverages.
Right.
I used their instruments.
Really? Wow. Did you feel intimidated? Because you got all these professional people, and again, you're 11th grade, right?
Well, I thought it was a unique and experience for me, but they helped me with the instruments, so it wasn't as fancy looking or
right.
intimidating.
And it wasn't so intimidating.
Yeah.
Right. And so you came up with your hypothesis, and then you went there, you tested it out, and discovered this real great thing that you did that got you on a national stage. I mean, that's big for an 11th grader.
I didn't think it would go this far, but I just wanted to. I didn't feel like at the science fair level. I went to the regional fair and I competed. So I won first place at the regional, which allowed me to advance to the state level. And at the state level, I won second in my category. But I was also awarded an award from the U.S. metric system.
Really?
Yes.
That's big. Because that's how we're doing the counting and all of that.
Right.
Right.
Right. They choose 3 people from the whole fair and across the entire state, and they award them with the most precise measurements, use the most precise instruments. And Cott's Beverages, they helped me with this because their instruments are so precise. So
really,
my data was really accurate.
That's impressive because Cott's is right here in Columbus, and they're, to be recognized at that level for precision and accuracy is very important.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, were you intimidated when you went to the state level?
Well, in 6th grade, I've done science fair projects since 6th grade, and so
you've been preparing for the big stage.
I've been in the state level. I went to the state level in 6th grade, actually, and won, I think it was 3rd place.
Okay, what did you have that year?
That year, I tested which metal cools the fastest. I heated up metals and tested how long it takes for them to cool down.
Really? So was it like gold or silver?
Like copper, zinc, aluminum, different things like that.
And you did that at 6th grade?
Yes.
Okay, so you have just been this budding scientist for quite some time. So you knew what to expect when you got to the state competition.
Yes.
So you were kind of like a veteran on the scene. You kind of know, because sometimes you go into places and you don't really know how it works, so you were really more comfortable.
Right.
Okay. All right, and so you worked on the project. How long did it take you from beginning to end with your research?
The preparation, you have to prepare and do some background information to begin with. So I researched the topic a little before going into the project. I actually did it around December of last year.
Right.
And so about a year ago. So I conducted the entire research project was done in a day, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So your research was very good.
Yes.
And that's important, that you get all of the facts, the data, and everything in place, and then you go.
Right. And then the analysis, though, takes a couple of months afterwards to
after
analyze.
you execute it. Okay, well, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go to our first break, go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates, LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, East Burkhalter Avenue, Buena Vista, and Springs Street in Warm Springs. Thai Cuisine, the area's only authentic Thai restaurant, open for lunch and dinner, Monday through Saturday, located in the Village Green Shopping Center on the 280 bypass in Phoenix City.
To represent a home of distinction requires highly qualified real estate professionals with unique experience and local expertise. Elite Ventures Realty is now Prestige Property Brokers, here to assist with buying or selling, construction of your dream home, or building a real estate investment portfolio. And Prestige also offers certified relocation agents to proudly serve our military families. Contact Prestige Property Brokers to begin your next real estate journey.
History is important because it shows where you're coming from and where you're going. Type 2 diabetes is something that runs in my family, which means I'm at risk. In fact, 1 in 3 American adults are at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. And knowing this, if I do nothing, that family history becomes my family's future. And my family is too important to me for that. Take the risk factor assessment today at AskScreenNo.com. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm
I'm continuing my conversation with one of our local scholars from Brookstone, Uma Alappan. So Uma, you were just sharing before we went to the break that the analysis is a big part of this project that you put together that brought you to a national stage full of professionals from all over the world.
Yes.
No, that's very big. That's impressive. And you're in 11th grade.
Yes.
So the analysis piece. So you came up with your concept, you did all your research, you went into the lab, and then now you're at the analysis stage.
Right.
Okay, share with us about that.
Okay, well, the actual analysis was done COTS beverages, as I said before. And so all the instruments used were very precise to find the exact pH of the sodas and the exact amount of phosphorus, because the reason I did this study is because this information is not readily known. You know, you'd have to, when you're submitting a patent for a project like for a Coke product, you have to give the FDA all the total list of ingredients and everything, the contents. But it's very hard to find that information online, and you know, the public doesn't.
We're usually not paying attention to
Right.
that. But that's important because of the impact that it has on our bodies.
Yes.
And so with your dad being a nephrologist and his team, that's stuff that's important when they're dealing with folks that are on dialysis or might have kidney disease.
Right.
And so that's why you were looking closer into that.
Yes. And apart from the phosphorus, there's different other aspects of sodas that make it unhealthy as well, not just the phosphorus. I mean, the high amount of sugar in the sodas, you know, the caffeine, amount of calories, things like that. But I wanted to specifically focus on the phosphorus.
Okay. And so you did your analysis, and then you submitted to a professional national organization? How did that come about?
Well, I didn't feel like my data was actually, you know, portrayed to the public very well in the science fair. I didn't feel like I had an opportunity to express it to the general public, just really the judges at the science fair. So I wanted everyone to know about the information. And so I talked to my dad, he's a nephrologist, and he said to submit an abstract to ASN, American Society of Nephrology.
Okay, ASN is American
Society of Nephrology.
Society of Nephrology, okay.
Yes.
And so this is his 11th grade daughter who's done this awesome research. No, really, not a medical student, but a high school student. And it is so important, the work that you did, that you all thought that it would be worthy of submitting at the national level.
I mean, we didn't know if it would be accepted or not. I mean, at the most, it would be published in the journal JASN, which is JASN, Journal of Association of Nephrology.
Okay.
And so, you know, I didn't expect it to be accepted for a poster presentation. I mean, I got, in the summer, they send the email and they accepted my abstract.
Right.
And on top of that, they accepted it for a poster presentation in Chicago.
So poster presentation for our lay people means that you go to this big convention center and they have nephrologists from all over.
Right.
That you will get a chance to stand at your assigned location and explain to them.
Yes.
This beautiful, talented young woman from high school student from Columbus, Georgia, explaining your project. How cool is that? That's awesome.
It was really great.
Yeah, so how was that?
That was an awesome experience. I mean, as soon as I walked into that Chicago fair, I could feel this sense of an academic vibe, you know. It was just
the energy.
Everyone was, everyone was so professional and well-dressed and focused on what they wanted to do. And it was a great
experience. And so
experience.
you manned your own booth or location, as we would say. And what was your booth number? You always will remember that.
I believe it was 431.
Okay, 431. And so you were there, beautifully dressed, and of course, you know, folks will get a chance to see you there, and you were not intimidated because you were very comfortable with the work you had done.
Because I've already presented it at the different science fair levels, and so I was familiar with the data and how to express the information the most concise way. So, you know, when all the different nephrologists from around the world came and asked me questions, I was prepared.
And you were actually, I have to keep saying this, we have this wonderful science student from Columbus having a conversation with a bunch of MDs about nephrology, about phosphorus, in all of those things, and you covered your space.
Yes.
Right. And so what was Dad doing all of this? I know he was excited, because as a parent, I would be excited, as a grandparent. So did he stand there and watch you every moment, or did he just walk away and go do some other things? How was that?
He was there. He was taking pictures of all the people, you know, all the different people that walked up in front of him. There was about, I'd say, more than 250 people.
Really?
Yes, we lost count.
You spoke to more than 200 professionals.
Yes.
And so were they impressed with your research? Is it something that some of them had never thought of, or, you know, just kind of was a side idea? Did you actually bring it to the forefront for some that probably never put that much thought into it?
Yes, for a couple of them, but there were some more advanced topics that were presented there, because I'm only a high school student.
No, but not only. I mean, that's really big. You're not even a medical student, and that's why we thought this was important.
Right.
You know, because they would allow you.
But it was a great experience for me to look at all those other advanced projects, so I could learn a lot more about the topic and bring it back to my own school when I was done with the whole experience.
Right. And so the folks there, who sponsored you? Someone had to invite you or give approval for you to come as a high school student to participate in
Right. So they have a whole committee that reviews the abstracts very carefully, and they choose the best ones out of those.
Okay, now explain to our audience what the abstract is.
Okay, well, the abstract is just a summary of the research.
Okay.
So it has the purpose for the experiment, you know, brief little data about the project, and the conclusions that you obtain from the results. Just a brief summary so somebody can gain interest for the project by just looking at it.
It's kind of like an executive summary of
Right.
what you did, and so a committee actually looked at it.
Yes.
And they selected you to be a part.
Yes.
You got published, and then you got a chance to go and present in Chicago with.
And on top of that, they gave me a free student member, actually.
Wow. Isn't that something? So you have to frame this, because this is the beginning of your greatness. No, really, it is.
This is my badge for the actual.
Right,
yeah.
for the actual event.
And it
so
was
this
free.
Really?
They gave it to me for free. Free
Wow.
membership and free, the fee was free to pay.
Because normally the
Yeah.
professionals have to pay for all of
Right.
that. Right. And so they invited you there and treated you with VIP status, as they should have. Okay. Well, what we're going to do is go to our final break, and we'll be right back. Okay. We'll be right back after words from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. Freedom Printing for all of your designer printing needs. Gunboat Plaza, Suite 18. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road. Trusted by generation.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. This is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
I'm Drew Brees, and being a dad means the world to me. And one of the most important things any parent can do is make sure their kids get active at least 60 minutes each day. Studies show that physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy, it can enhance important skills like concentration and problem solving, which can improve academic performance. This means physical activity can help your kids in the most important game of all, life.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the brilliant and beautiful Uma Alappan. Well, you went to this fabulous national event with your dad. You were a presenter. you were published, and then you were able to see other science projects.
Yes.
So what was one of the ones outside of your presentation that you really were impressed with?
Okay. Well, we attended different lectures throughout the convention, and from there they presented their own posters and different PowerPoints as well with different topics. And there were so many to choose from. We had to choose specific amounts that we
And
could
you had a
only
robot.
attend.
I saw a picture of you and your dad with
Right,
the robot. So
right.
that was from someone presenting like yourself.
Those were actually exhibits for different nephrology products.
Really?
You know, new technologies that you could use, like the robot was to help the nephrologist with their patients.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Different
okay.
things, yep.
All right. So that was just all of the leading edge
Right,
kinds of things
right.
that's in the future that could help Dad and his team do a better
Yes.
job. of-
The way the convention hall is set up, they have half of the room dedicated to those exhibits and the other half dedicated to the posters for the different studies.
For the posters are the presenters
Yes.
like yourself.
Yes.
Okay. And I know you have a wonderful science teacher over at Brookstone, which support is very important at your local level, and that helps you to get to
Yes.
the national level. And then you have some other folks that help you to make this happen. Who are some of those people?
Okay, so Miss Cynthia Lingo and Dr. Dorothy Chariot helped me a lot in this process as well. They're pretty much the science teachers who are in charge of the whole science fair process, and they helped me a lot with my project. And also Mr. Prem Vermani, who's the COTS beverage, who helped me conduct the experiment part. as
That
well.
allowed you to come in COT
Right.
and take advantage of their facilities and their resources.
Yes.
And that's important.
And both of my parents as well for the support that they gave me and helped me
Yeah.
with the project. I mean,
Because that was a leap of faith to
Right.
say, this is my area of expertise, and we're going to allow you to step over in this realm
Right.
and see how well you do.
And-
And I'm sure he walked away being very proud. Yeah.
yes. And like my mother is a pediatrician, so she knows the health impacts that sodas have on you. So that kind of sparked my curiosity. And my dad told me about the phosphorus. You know, the phosphorus actually creates this salt with calcium in your body, which can block up your arteries if you have too much phosphorus.
And
that's why it's very
And
bad.
that was why you wanted to get that message
Right.
out. And the science fair was a good place to start, but that needed to be a universal message.
Right.
And so you met a lot of wonderful people from all over at the convention in Chicago.
Yes.
So where were they from?
I found a lot of people from different countries, some from Argentina, Spain, Saudi Arabia,
Really?
different European countries.
Really?
So-
And so did we have any of our U.S. students from the Ivy League schools?
Yes, and not only the students, like the head of the departments of nephrology at those places, like Yale, Harvard, Duke,
Really?
Emory.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So very, very
Right.
impressive. High,
fact, yeah.
top shelf schools. And so what was this celebration? What year was it? Anniversary of what year was it?
The 50th year celebration, so it was a big thing. Different people from all over the place came.
And it's the association is,
American Society of Nephrology.
okay. And so folks from all over the world.
Right.
So you were really
Right, and I
exposed.
got so many connections. Like,
Yeah.
for example, Dr. Calvo, for example, she offered me the opportunity to work with the FDA.
And the FDA is the Food and Drug Administration.
Administration.
Really?
Yes.
And so she was there representing the U.S.
She retired from the FDA, and she
Okay.
actually gave a presentation about the amount of phosphorus in different foods, which I thought was interesting. So I went and watched one of her lectures.
Okay. And so you were able to network and connect with
Yes.
her. Very good.
Also,
So
Dr. Charles O'Neill from Emory as well offered me opportunities, a lot of different people. So,
and so it was just wonderful exposure and
yes.
just an awesome experience. Okay. So where are we going from here? You have set the bar is so very high now. So now, I mean, you know, what's next? So next
Right.
year you'll be in Switzerland or somewhere doing a presentation. So what are your plans when you leave Brookstone? Because you're 11th grade, so you have another
Right.
year. So what's
Okay.
your plan?
So when I leave Brookstone, I want to pursue a track of medicine.
Okay.
You know, like my brother, he's on the pre-med track at Emory. So I want to be a doctor as well.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe a nephrologist, because I already have such great background.
I know you're living that every day. And now you've actually met some of your future colleagues in Chicago.
And I learned a lot about the nephron at school. I'm taking AP biology right now at school.
Okay, tell our audience what AP means.
Okay, advanced placement.
Okay.
So it's a college class that's given to high school students.
Okay, so you're already on the fast track.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you're kind of considering nephrology, but if not, what's the next choice?
After nephrology,
If you don't get that, then are we going to be like mom, a pediatrician?
maybe a pediatrician. I like kids.
You
but,
like kids?
Yes.
You want a lot of kids, or you just want to serve kids?
Maybe both.
Maybe both. That means you're going to have a very, very busy life. So what can you tell other students? What's your best advice in terms of planning and having a career goal? Because sometimes, you know, we think that the only route is sports or the arts. But I like to see women in science and technology, and you're blazing the trail, and we're so very proud of that. What can you tell other students?
Okay, well, apart from setting your goals to high standards, you know, don't focus just on academics. If you have other hobbies, like I like to sing and play piano, play golf.
You didn't tell me about singing, you told me about the piano, but you can sing and play.
Yes, I love to sing.
Okay,
as well.
All right, and so then you started the golf team.
It helps me calm down, you know, to focus more on academics, because if you release all that stress in your other hobbies, you know, you have more time to focus.
Right, and so you really need, what you're saying is you need to be well-rounded, because there are some times when students go to apply to get in college. I used to work at a college, Andrew College, which is not far from here. They might have all A's, but they didn't have enough extracurricular activities.
And they get way too stressed out.
Exactly.
You know?
So you really need to be well-rounded,
Yes.
is what you're saying. So you need to have excellence in your academics, but then you need to have an outlet.
Yes.
For
like,
your
for example, my brother, he's been playing soccer for as long as I can remember.
Really?
Yes. And so that's his way of exercising and staying healthy. That really helps him focus.
And that helps him to decompress from all of the studying.
And
so
he's
you want to have fun, but
Yes.
you want to be dedicated to your academics as well. Okay? Well, I just want to thank you so much. I'm so very proud and excited. I know you started your science career, what, 6th grade? So I'm just excited to see what it's going to be next year, and make sure you stay in touch.
Okay.
And we want to just track you through this next year at Brookstone. And if there's any project that you're going to do, make sure you come here and share it with us first.
Okay.
This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.